All right, here we are. It is Solavei Socials live across the United States. It's Tuesday night, and I tell you what, there is excitement across the United States. We have so many socials that are taking place from homes to offices to restaurants. In fact, I was shown a couple pictures earlier today where the restaurants that are going to be packed tonight watching this as we speak, both on the East Coast, West Coast, 4:30 p.m. Pacific is where we are right now, as well as 6:30 p.m. Pacific, which is going to happen here in about 2 hours. Thousands upon thousands of people are watching this tonight, both times, and we couldn't be more excited than we are. For all of you that are our Solavei members, welcome tonight, and it is so good to be able to be with you. And you know, today I had a couple overwhelming moments today where I was shown some of the emails and Facebook messages that were coming in from you, our members, of what Solavei has been doing for you ever since you said yes to $49 a month unlimited text, data, voice, 4G nationwide mobile service. And you know, when you think about it, how in the world can you actually extract emotion out of a cell phone or paying a cell phone bill? But because of what Solavei is doing to our members across the United States and positively impacting their lives financially, it is bringing in a wave of emails and Facebook messages of what Solavei is doing for our members across the country. And I just want to personally right now just tell you thank you for you being a part of this vision and making us one of the fastest growing mobile service providers in the United States today. And for all of you tonight that are watching across the country, wherever you are, that are seeing Solavei for the very first time, I want to say thank you. You're at the beginning of what we're calling a social commerce revolution. But you know, when you say beginning and you see the size that we already are, it's somewhat amazing. But when you know there's over 300 million people in this country carrying a mobile phone, you see that we've just scratched the tip of the iceberg, and it's an exciting time. Well, tonight we actually have a couple of the live socials that are taking place, one's in New Orleans, one's in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's a great example of the many socials that are happening across the United States right now. And so these two socials tonight are going to be somewhat surrogate for all of you across the country that are watching the socials live right now with us. And so let's go right now to New Orleans, Louisiana. Tom, Johnny, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, guys.
We're looking at 5 generations of Solavei people right here. I introduced it to Glenn right here.
Hey, Glenn.
He introduced it to Tom. Tom introduced it to Derek. And Derek introduced it to Darlene, and we have 500 people out here in New Orleans because of that.
Oh my goodness, I love that. All starting with one. You know, there's a statement. There's a statement now on one of the walls here in our corporate office. I'm happening in the Seattle, Washington area, Bellevue, Washington, right here on Lake Washington. And there's a statement that a single relationship has the power to make life better for many. And you just showed a great example of how one person's affecting 500 people positively in just one network there in New Orleans. And Johnny, Tom, all of you, thank you so much for being a part of this tonight. More importantly, being a part of Solavei. We're going to have fun. Let's go right now across the country to Raleigh, North Carolina. Is Carlos there? Carlos Menz, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, right?
Hey, Carlos, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great.
Okay. We have a wave happening in Raleigh, North Carolina. Beautiful place there. So Carlos, how long have you been a part of Solavei?
Since the beginning. I've came in September.
Wow. So you've been here right around since the launch of the company. So do you have anybody there tonight that's seeing Solavei for the very first time?
Yes, got quite a few.
Chris, or who's gonna be brave enough to wave your hands right now, knowing you got several thousand people watching you?
Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead. Here we go.
So why don't you introduce me, Carlos, to a couple of people you have there seeing Solavei for the first time?
Okay, we've got Patrick. Come on over here. Come on into the.
Oh, Patrick, you need to be in this picture. You're a lot better looking than what Carlos said.
Chantel, we got Chris. Stand up, Chris.
Hey, Chris, how are you?
Good, great.
We got Monica.
Monica, wow. Hey, Monica.
You know, stand up. Julio's his first time.
My goodness. Were you standing on some street corner trying to get people in?
Hey, whatever it takes, man.
That is great. That is great. Well, I hope y'all don't mind. We tonight have a lot of people across the United States seeing Solavei for the very first time tonight. I look forward to these socials. all the time and doing these live, because it gives me such a great opportunity to not only see our members, but to see so many of our new members across the country. In fact, the other night we had Robert Sevillano up in the Queens, New York, doing his, and he posted a message later that night and said, 7 people I had seeing this, all caught the vision, 7 people. But then hearing what happens after the fact, where those new members start seeing their own lives being positively impacted by sharing it with others. And so I hope you don't mind, Patrick and Chris and Adrian, I hope you don't mind if I use you through the course of tonight, because you'll be a great example for some of those that are seeing this as well across the country that I can't see. And I want to thank you all for being a part of this tonight. Well, big part of this is that we're being social in what we do. And social doesn't mean we're just doing a social and having a couple friends together at a Starbucks or at a restaurant or there in a living room, but it also means being social in social networks context. That is going on Facebook, going on Twitter, and being able to impact by the tens of millions of people through the impressions that we continually put out there about what Solavei is, because it's all through the mouthpieces of our very members that Solavei is what it is today across the country. And so tonight, I encourage you, get social. Go on Facebook while this is going on. Get your phone out, get your computers out, and begin posting about Solavei. And I'm going to give a little challenge to all of you that happen to have Twitter accounts. And if you don't have one, get one, because it's a great way to stay connected to those that are closest to you. But I encourage you to do this. Tweet us tonight at #SolaveiSocials. I'm now saving blank each month by switching my mobile service to Solavei. And we're going to pick out at the end of the social, these are my favorite t-shirts, the Get In, Get Social, Get Free Solavei t-shirts. We'll do one in white, we'll do one in black as well. And again, tweet #SolaveiSocials. I'm now saving blank, hopefully it's, it's $30, $40, $50 each month by switching my mobile service to Solavei, and we'll do that at the end of tonight. And we have so many people that continue to shout out on Twitter, on Facebook. It's Liz Vera. You are absolutely awesome on how you post so frequently on Facebook about Solavei. And then Shelly Kimmel, you are a tweeting machine about Solavei, and I just wanted to personally say thank you for continuing to be a voice for Solavei across the social graph. So let's go ahead and jump right in, and let me first start by just telling you a little bit about myself, just so you know who I am. Who's this guy that's sitting on this computer screen? My name is Ryan Wuerch, and I'm the founder and CEO of Solavei. And it was October of 2011. My background is I spent almost 2 decades in the telecommunications and in the technology industry. My last company I took from an idea in 2001 of creating a global leader in mobile data services and solutions, grew that company to over $1.2 billion value. And it was the summer of 2011 that I stepped away, and it was October of 2011 that everything that we've created now as Solavei, I had a vision for in my living room, wrote it on a board, and we ultimately created what has become Solavei across the United States, truly today impacting tens of millions of people's lives. The reality, though, where I found myself at that time is after spending almost 2 decades, 3 successful exits from companies, is really at a place where I wanted to make a decision that whatever I did next, I wanted to be meaningful. I want to be something that of great value. And some of the very values that I found at that time as being core to my life is what we really founded Solavei on, and why there's so much connected tissue, I believe, across our member base throughout the United States and Puerto Rico. One, I said, whatever I do next, I want to do it with people I like, love, and trust. And when you look at both of these places, right where Tom and Johnny and Darlene and everyone is there in New Orleans, you look right there with Carlos and Chris and Patrick and everyone who's there in Raleigh, North Carolina. What you have to get a sense of and a feel of is those are people that like each other. I don't think Carlos is going to have all those friends come. Well, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think Carlos is going to have all those friends showing up. They don't like him. They wanted to be together tonight, and that was one of the very things that I wanted to see. Whatever I did next, be a part of my life. And I got to tell you, I get to check that box in spades every day, because I could not be more aligned and feel more happy and more excited that I do on a daily basis that I have the privilege and frankly, it's humbling that I have the opportunity to have so many people across this country that I like, love, and trust, and to build this company. The second value that I said, whatever I do next, I want it to positively impact millions of people's lives for good. And again, because of what's happening with Solavei, I get to see that happen every single day. Now, where I was in the fall of 2011 is really seeing some of the key trends that were happening really on a global macro standpoint. Trends that really permeate every aspect of society today. And I saw these four trends at that time converging to create something had never been before. The first trend that I saw, and I think all of us would agree with this, is the economy. You know, it's around us every day. We read about it every day. We live in it every day, the economy. And how, unfortunately, how challenging it is for so many people. 50% of the United States today, household incomes are less than $45,000 a year. 30% of the United States is less than $30,000 a year. That average household income is something that's on everybody's mind when they're thinking about their economic purchasing power they have to just meet their normal, ordinary monthly budgets. The second trend that I saw was that of social. And I don't think we could be giving more of a resounding scream to that trend than what's happening right now. You know, we have thousands of people across the United States right at this moment, all connected together through a social exchange, all through technology. At the same time, if you go back and just think 5 years ago, would you ever have shared as much stuff as you share on Facebook as you do, or on Twitter about where you're going, where you're eating, you know, who you just started hanging out with? It has changed the way we act, the way we interact, the way we take in information, and the way we share information. The third trend that I saw was that of mobile. Mobile, 300 million mobile phone devices in the world. In the United States, 5 billion in the world. Average cell phone bill in this country is $71. Now, if you think about those that are closest to you and you ask them the question, how much do you pay? Almost 9 times out of 10, you're always going to hear it's somewhere above $50 a month. You realize there's 26 million iPhone users that are spending more than $100 a month. And I'll just ask you a question, all of you that are there in Raleigh, North Carolina, by show of hands, how many of you are spending right now, if you're not with Solavei, more than $49 a month on your cell phone bill? Just raise your hand. That's the exact response. Now, everyone who's in Solavei and those that raise their hand, raise your hand. That would basically be all of you, because I know the ones that didn't raise your hand are in Solavei. So how many people today are either paying $49 because you're Solavei, or you're paying more than that? Raise your hands. So you've got everybody, almost everybody in that household is spending more than $49 a month, or they're spending $49 because they're with Solavei. This is what we see happening every single day with a device that's literally become like a limb on our body if we leave home without it in the morning. The fourth trend I saw is really comprised of several different things. You look at social sharing. What does that mean to me? Well, if you think about Groupon, you think about Amazon, and the many companies that are out there today that are using referral marketing and affiliate marketing to introduce people to goods and services. You have to also then look at the industry of direct sales, a big multi-billion-dollar company like an Avon as an example, that uses a person-to-person sharing vehicle to be able to introduce goods and services. But then what really underpins all this to me, and those are all great examples, but I think more than anything is at the core is a multi-billion-dollar exchange that's in front of us every single day, and it's the industry of advertising, over $140 billion industry. Now, you think about how many things you see in radio, television, and print on a daily basis, and how much money was spent to do that. It's over a $140 billion industry. But now, when you think about some of the most recent research that's come out, Nielsen, which is one of the leading research firms in the world, came out with a research report just recently that said 47% of people actually trust mass media advertising of radio, television, print. What that really says to me, though, is 53% of people don't trust it. So just picture this for a second. You've got $140 billion plus that's being spent, and over 50% of that, over 70 billion of that, is wasted because people don't even trust it. Do you realize how much waste that is and how much good that could do in people's lives if they had it? Now, at the same time, the research showed us that 97% of people trust when a friend shares them something of value. Now, again, picture yourself. How many times have you been introduced to a restaurant, maybe to a store, that because a friend told you about it, you actually engaged? You went to the restaurant, you went to the store, and when that friend possibly had a great experience because you introduced it to them and they brought that back to you, how'd it make you feel? So it's actually got a two-way reward because of that happening. Well, it was these four trends and the behaviors around them that I really saw converging in the fall of 2011, and it's ultimately those four trends that have converged to create the opportunity today that we call Solavei. And here's what happened. It was at that time that had the vision for us creating the very first social commerce platform. And our mission of a company at that time that was established and something that we run to every day, and it's this: make commerce less expensive. The very things that you use every day, we want it to just cost less. We want to take it one step further and make it also profitable. And to give you a couple quick examples of that is making commerce less expensive. If you've gone to Costco before and you think about Jeff Brotman and Jim Sinegal, who were the founders here in the Seattle, Washington areas, their whole mission was we're going to take millions of our members and use them as collective buying power to drive price down on the primary goods and services that they buy. And then we're going to take the savings from that and pass them along to our members. Now, that's exactly what we're doing here at Solavei, utilizing this social commerce platform, but also taking it one step further. Because we say, not only do we want to do that, but also we want to take the billions of dollars in advertising that's typically used, and we want to pass that on to the greatest advertising voice in the world known to man today, which is people. And what we've done is we've created the very first social commerce platform to fully leverage the social graph. And when I say social graph, what I mean is the social networks such as Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and Google Plus and the plethora of other social networks that are out there to ultimately create a mutually beneficial, recurring, person-to-person economic relationship. And our platform does four things. Number one, it allows our members to pay less for goods and services. Number two, it enables them to pay less for the goods and services that you're already using every day. It's the things that's already a part of your monthly budget. It's already a share of your wallet. And number three, enabling our members to connect through a social community to where they're connected together with what they do and what they share. And number four, enabling our members to earn income on the very things they share. The times when you're excited about something because you got great value and you share it with a friend, we want to take those dollars and actually reward you for doing that. And that's the social commerce platform that we created. And what we did is we started first with mobile. And why we started with mobile is, one, 300 million mobile phone users in the United States. Do you realize over 80% of the mobile phone users in the country, over 240 million people, are spending more than $50 a month? Remember I said that 26 million iPhone users spending more than $100 a month. Well, here I am. I got my iPhone 5. I was spending for my iPhone over $130 a month. Three of us in our household spent over $400 a month. And all I had to do was put a Solavei SIM card in my iPhone 5, and now I'm only paying $49. Now, two real reasons, though, why this was so important to start with mobile. One is it creates an economic conduit because it's already something you're spending on every day and probably spending more than $49. Number two, and so that creates an economic relationship. Number two is it creates a communication conduit. So here this is with a communication experience every day, you with your friends, but also you with Solavei and Solavei with you. So when we want to introduce other goods and services to you, because you're already getting great benefit for the $49 and you've already been sharing with your friends, family, and neighbors, the moment we bring the other primary goods that are already the share of your wallet directly to the top of your phone, where we can say Solavei Energy for less, or Solavei Cable for less, or what we just announced is our very first expansion beyond mobile for those who are with us is Solavei Retail. And we announced about a month and a half, 2 months ago that Solavei Retail would go live in June at our Dallas Revolution Regional that we had this past weekend, just with a packed house of our members. We unveiled some of the very partners that will be a part of Solavei Retail, such as Starbucks and Burger King and Walmart, and I could just go on and on and on about the incredible partners that our members are going to be able to spend less and also have the opportunity to earn more by going to the very places you're already going. But the reason we started with mobile first is because it creates those two things: an economic conduit, and number two, a communication conduit. And if you think about Amazon for a second, Jeff Bezos started with books. But did he really start that company to be a book company, or did he create a distribution company that happened to start with books? Let's see, that's what we've done. Yes, we are a mobile services provider today, but really what we are a social commerce company that happened to start with mobile. But you will see a full expansion of the very things you're spending on every day be a part of this for you to not only benefit from better value, but also to be able to profit from being a voice for Solavei. And if you look at the mobile services offering, I won't spend a lot of time here. Those that you're with tonight can share with you more, but it's really an unparalleled offer. $49 a month, unlimited text, data, voice, 4G nationwide. You can look across the other providers that are there. Most of you already know it because you're probably spending more than that today. If you look, though, what we do that no one does is for every 3 people, which we call a trio, we love the name trio, and we love what trio represents. Every 3 people that you introduce to Solavei and they enroll, we're going to pay you $20 a month each month. Now, I was with At&T for almost 20 years. This is an extremely sticky experience that once you begin introducing people to Solavei and they do the same thing, just imagine what happens as you see that $20 a month continue to build. It's one of the things that differentiates us from any offer that's ever been there before, because we've created something that's extremely simple. One, we've combined mobile, we've combined social sharing, and we've combined social networks, social media, all together to ultimately redefine commerce as we know it today. It starts first with us with the $49 a month unlimited text, data, voice, 4G nationwide. And then what we did is we took the entire social graph of Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and Google Plus and Pinterest. We said all of those social networks actually have created a connection between us and all of our friends. Now, if you would have told me several years ago that, when I first got invited to Facebook and thought, maybe I'm going to have 10, 20, maybe 30 of my friends that'll be connected to this thing, that today, I'd be at the limit. 5,000 people. I've got all these friends are actually migrating me over to a place where I can be connected even to many more thousands of people within Facebook. I would have said there is no earthly way, but that's what happens. I think all of us experience. Who would ever thought you would have 100 or 300 or 500 or 1,200 people a part of your network? And what we did is we said, let's take the power of that and all that overlap that's happening in the social networks, and let's build a platform that ultimately can connect the two together. And this is Solavei. This is the social commerce revolution that we're talking about, where we make it extremely simple and easy for you to take an incredible value, an incredible product, incredible service, and be able to share it naturally with your friends, your family, your neighbors. And when they enroll and start using Solavei as their mobile service provider, you're the one who gets rewarded and gets to benefit from it. So what has happened, since we launched? You heard Carlos a few moments ago, and talking about he's been here since we launched the company. We launched the company on September the 21st, and right here in Seattle, Washington, at the EMP and CeeLo Green and Danny Goki, an incredible night, incredible fun. But as I look back, it actually seems like a long time ago. But to think it's literally today, exactly 6 months ago, when we launched Solavei. So it's an exciting night, it's an exciting day, but in 6 months we have now grown to over 140,000 members across the United States, and every morning I wake up, I see we have grown that much more. Every day we keep growing, and this is becoming a viral exchange in how this is spreading across the country and doing what no other company has done. And as an example, and if you don't mind, Chris, I'm just going to use you as an example real quickly that here I am, and I post one of the social graphics of Solavei directly on Facebook. It's one of the social graphics, and we have a marketing organization that puts tons of these out and social commercials that our members can use just to share Solavei with their friends and family. And you see this $49 a month unlimited share and earn. You see an opportunity to get free mobile service, and so you immediately respond to me, $49 free. Is this real? I've never seen Solavei. I've not seen a retail location. I've not seen advertisements in radio and television or in print. how can I get $49 a month, and better yet, how can I get it for free? Because I've not seen them. I said, well, you know what? You're not going to see them, because here's why. Solavei saw that last year over $12 billion was spent in advertising, sales, and marketing from the largest mobile operators, At&T, Verizon, Sprint, and others, just basically to get the 300 million mobile subscribers back and forth from each other. And what Solavei said, you know what, there's a better way. What we can do is take those same billions of dollars and pay the greatest advertising voice in the world, people, you, me, and reward them for sharing Solavei with others. And as an example, when I share Solavei with 3 people, Solavei is going to pay me $20 a month. 6 people, 2 trios, $40 a month. Well, Chris makes you interested to say, okay, well, I'd like to understand even more. Well, this is a beautiful part about this. We've built all this inside of a platform that makes it simple and makes it easy. And some of the things we want to do is leverage the very behaviors we're already engaged in every day. Remember that part I told you earlier, we built a social commerce platform to really bring people together, tie them together through community. Well, a big part of this in my Solavei is just that, where I can see everything that's happening and people that are posting about Solavei and how Solavei is impacting them on a daily basis. At the same time, Chris can go in and, let's say, introduced Solavei to 3, 4, 5, 6 of his friends, and they began introducing it. Well, he's able to get a view of just things that's happening from him and in his organization, his network, and see how it's positively impacting them as well. But here's what I love. We wanted to create an environment that was about sharing and not selling. And also, I've said this a lot, those of you who've watched these socials, I wanted something that was as addictive as Angry Birds that you would play on your mobile phone and make it so much more rewarding than Angry Birds. And let me ask those of you who raise your hand there in New Orleans and there in Raleigh, raise your hand if you're with Solavei right now. You got mobile service Solavei, raise your hand. Okay. Now, keep your hands up for a second. I want you to put your hand down. Do you go into Solavei, keep your hand up, if you go into My Solavei once a day just to check and see what's happened to your network? Okay, that's what I love. That is right there what you just showed. What you just showed right there is exactly what we want to do. And here's what My Solavei does. You're able to go into dashboard and you're able to see, let's say Chris introduces us to 6 friends. And those 6 friends start talking about it as well because they want to have exactly what Chris just got. Well, the beautiful thing is Chris every day is able to go in here, and every time he sees his network growing, it's actually meaningful to him. It's actually financially beneficial to him on a daily basis, and it's incredibly addictive behavior. We've also, inside of here, we built a complete notification engine that is able to make it easy for you to share. And as an example, let's say Adrian got involved maybe 2 months ago, and she immediately shared on Facebook, on Twitter, with a few of her friends that also would like $49 a month unlimited text, data, voice, 4G nationwide. And on top of T-Mobile's network, our entire platform is plugged directly into the top tier network of T-Mobile across the country. And she shares it. Well, one of the friends that she shares it with happens to be Amy Carney, as an example, a friend of hers. Well, one day Adrian's sitting at lunch, and she sees a little notification come up on the middle of her phone. Remember that communication piece we said it's so powerful? Well, she sees that Amy Carney got 6, which means she got 2 trios, which means that she herself is now going to get financially benefited as well. Well, all she's got to do is hit the send congrats button. It immediately launches a message into the Solavei community congratulating Amy for earning income for using her phone. It also moves it into Facebook. And then all that has to happen now when people say, how in the world did you make this money, or how did you get your mobile service for free for just using your phone, immediately she's able to go into Outreach Manager, which is the community that we built to allow you to share Solavei's social graphics, social commercials to all your friends, all your family. You can put the emails in there, push send, and it automatically sends these out for you. Also, ability to be able to track every time one of your friends clicks on an email, they watch one of the videos, you can see what they've done, how they've engaged. So as I say to my 20-year-old son who's at Mississippi State, and he's built an incredibly large network already that's spread across universities. I tell him, I said, what I love about this contact tracker, it's like you're out fishing, and sending out the things on Facebook and putting the posts out on out on Facebook, and then the tweets on out through Twitter, and as well sending emails out with the commercials. I said, what I love about this is like fishing, and that's when you're throwing the line out into the water and you got the bobber out there. And what Contact Tracker is when you see the little bobber start popping. And that's somebody that clicked on an email. That's somebody that clicked on one of the graphics. And when the bobber goes under, because they've done all of it, it's at that point, what do? You actually just set the hook and reel it in. My son, I'll never forget, the first time he actually sent out the first 9 emails with content on it. It was 2 days later, 2 of his friends, one at University of Tulsa, one at Mississippi State, had gone through each of those processes. All he had to do was pick up the phone and welcome them to Solavei because they themselves enrolled as Solavei mobile service users. How that's done is directly through an entire experience we build for you. So the moment you come in, which is going to take you less than 6 minutes, the moment you come in, you're going to see an experience created just for you. And so in this case, I can go www.solavei.com/Johnny, and when I click on that, it's going to take me to Johnny's page, and when I enroll, I'm enrolling directly with Johnny, and you like that, Johnny. And Johnny's getting the credit for it. And what we've done is we've really made you the entire distribution point. You think about At&T and Verizon each have between 2,500 and 3,500 retail locations across the country. So let's just say it's 7,000. Do you realize today we have over 140,000 distribution points through our members that are every day? Tens of thousands of them are talking about Solavei. We have created this experience for you, so you're the one that benefits. And when you come in and enroll with Solavei, and hoping you can, whoever you're with tonight, wherever you are tonight watching this live, that you can get a feeling from them, from the Solavei members, that Solavei is all about our members. And we want to wrap our arms around every member we've got from the very first touch point that we have with you, because that's why we are in existence today, is to positively impact our members' lives. And so how part of the process works is if you enroll tonight, as an example, online, which we have every day, people enrolling across the country online, is all you've got to do is enroll, and within 2 days you're going to receive your welcome package, and you're going to receive your Solavei SIM card with everything you need to get started. We can take that SIM card out, you put it in your phone, and now you're paying $49 a month. But what I love now is over 73% of those who are activating daily with Solavei are coming in because someone has a SIM card directly with them. And that is a great part about this, is our members now are carrying 10 packs and 20 packs. In fact, heard a message yesterday from someone that they had 7 people with them at their social, and all 7 people, because he had SIM cards, all 7 people enrolled right while they're there. The second part of this, which I love, is where within a week you're going to receive, after you go through the enrollment process, you're going to receive your Solavei Bank of America Visa debit card. And it's right here where a lot of, I call it the secret sauce, the IP around Solavei exists. Because this is the economic engine. Because every month we're depositing directly on these, what we call Solavei Purple Pay cards, and these have gotten to become very, very famous. You'll see them all over Facebook. You'll see people posting all the time where they're at a grocery store and Solavei Purple Pay card is paying for their groceries, or someone's getting gas and their Solavei Purple Pay card. Because here's what's happening. Every month we're going to deposit, as your network grows and you're earning income with Solavei, we're going to put it right here. You can use it to write checks. You can get money out of your ATM or anywhere Visa is accepted. This is a powerful, powerful instrument that all you do is once you come in and you enroll with Solavei, you're going to get paid every single month direct from Solavei from how your network grows, those you introduce it to. But here's how this all works. Is let's say that you came in 2 months ago. You just wanted $49 a month unlimited. I can't tell you how many stories that I hear about people that's the reason why they got involved. But what happened is they got caught up in it themselves. They shared it with their friends, and their network grew. 2 months later, your network's grown to 80 people, and you're getting $120, $150 every month directly on your pay card. Well, this is where now the additional goods and services that we bring in creates so much more than just that great value you get from mobile service. When Solavei Retail rolls out, you'll be able to take that Solavei Purple Pay card, and where you go today for your groceries, for your gasoline, for some of your primary goods and services, you're going to be able to use your Purple Pay card to make those dollars that have already gone there worth even that much more, because not only are you going to be saving money, but also being able to earn income as well, because those that are in your network are probably doing the exact same thing. So now I've gone through this entire process, in this entire overview, I always love getting to this part where I say, how many people, could you enroll? When we think about over 80% of the United States is today paying more than $50 a month. You realize just 1% of the U.S. phone users today is 3 million people. 1/3 of 1% is 1 million. You think about those who are on your left and right, how many people over a 60-day period could you enroll just because they too wanted $49 a month, unlimited text, data, voice, 4G nationwide? Well, if it happens to be 3, which we call a trio, you're now earning $20 a month. If it happens to be 2 trios, 6 people, $40 a month. 3 trios, which we call free, is you're getting $60 a month. But here's where it gets great. If just 3 of those people, because what we found and how it's grown, because a lot of this was theory and thesis before we ever launched the company, is that people would naturally begin sharing it, and that is what's happening because there's no enrollment fee. It's just that $49 a month. If you're being enrolled with someone tonight, as an example, and they've got a SIM card, there's no charge for the SIM card. Well, those individuals start sharing it as well, and if 3 of those friends that you enrolled happen to go and just do a little bit of what you did and enroll 3, you're now going to be making $90 a month. Well, if 6 of them enroll 3, you're now making $120 a month, and as the network continues to grow, the opportunity to earn so much more. And I always like to hear the things that's happening, and so let's go right now to Tom, Johnny. Tom, if you don't mind, tell us what's happened with you since you've enrolled with Solavei.
Thank you, Ryan. This weekend I went to the last week.
Talk up just a little bit, Tom. I can barely hear you.
I said I'm so jacked up from that meeting we had in Dallas.
He's jibber jabbing.
And also last night we watched the contact management program. That if no one's seen that yet, they're missing a boat, because that thing's really going to explode our business, because it's the best thing. Glenn and on my left and Derek, my son, in the back. We're they're the techie guys here.
So tell me, Tom, what has happened to you? So you shared it. How many people do you have in your network already?
How many? We got about 450. Something.
Oh my goodness! So needless to say, you've got free mobile service.
Oh, absolutely. That was like the first week.
That is.
That was before the launch.
So if you could think about what is the one standout in your mind, what Solavei's been able to do for you, all because you yourself wanted $49 a month unlimited, what is it?
Well, I don't have to pay a cell phone bill anymore. I was spending $125 a month with Sprint, and I mean, that was killing me every month. I hated to do that. So now every time I use my phone, it's for free, and everybody in this room has got their phones for free.
That is great. Well, Johnny, how about you?
Well, let's see. It takes care of my mortgage payment. That's one good thing out the way.
So your cell phone is paying for your mortgage.
Oh yeah, it's paying for my mortgage and some. Thank you for that $4,000 last month, by the way.
Oh my goodness! Did you say $4,000?
No, yeah, I think you sent that. 4,000. And thanks for the shares, by the way. The shares Sunday. Appreciate that. Yeah, the 7,500. Appreciate that.
Johnny, I tell you what, all you that are there, it is such a great privilege to have you a part of Solavei and sharing it every day. It's just a great example, of saying yes. Very different than saying yes to At&T, and all you're getting is your bill and you're getting service. Here, you're getting to pay less, and you're having opportunity to be able to have so much more, really changing the entire ecosystem on how things are promoted and how things are done. Now, let's go over to Raleigh, North Carolina. I see that we've lost video with Raleigh, but are y'all there? Do we have audio? Do we have audio? I see we've lost video, but do we have audio?
Yes. Can you hear us?
I can hear you, but I can't see. And I tell you what, the picture that I've got in front is not near as good looking as everyone that's in that room. So being I can't see you, I'm going to just picture you, Carlos, right now. And this is actually a great example of all the socials across the country right now that are just hearing it one way. At least we have a two-way going on right now. Carlos, tell us what's happened to you.
Well, since the beginning when I got in it, it was just an excitement. But the deal was, you know how you get into things new, you want to really see how it works. And like, man, I've had free service within about 2 weeks. But the real great thing about it is I'm about 30 days away from hitting that 1,000-air mark.
Wow.
And that's going to actually start paying the mortgage. So now I don't have to go and do a part-time job, and now it's actually paying me to be into something. And, you know, that's crazy. That's better than anything I've ever had.
I love it. I love it. Carlos, if you would, give me another person that's there with you right now that Solavei has done something impactful for them.
Where is that? Well, we're all new here.
Charles.
Charles?
Okay, Charles. Well, I love the fact that you got so many new people that are there right now. So you said Charles is someone that's a member?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Charles, how about you?
I came in with Pastor Linton Turkington, and I mean, I'm so totally excited about Solavei, and shared it with several people in the church. Some of them you might know because you were a member there at one time. So this has been fantastic. It's awesome.
I love it. I love it. Well, guys, I got to tell you, thank you so much. Let me just read a couple of things that that was just handed to me on some of the things that's right now on Facebook. Solavei will allow me to retire from my job this year, and my mobile service phone is free. Solavei has allowed me to take out my boyfriend on dinners weekly, which I haven't been able to do in months. That's from Danis. Thanks, Solavei. Toby says, Solavei helped me pay my rent, which is something no other company has ever been able to do for me. Carlos de Caesar says, Solavei is giving me a vehicle to not only be financially independent, but it's definitely going to change the financial future of generations. Deborah says, Solavei helps me teach people to save so they can start achieving their dreams. I just love seeing what's happening, and so the question is how do you get started? We call it three things: get in, get social, and get free. Number one, get in. That's enroll in Solavei. It is as easy as $49 a month unlimited, text, data, voice, 4G nationwide. No enrollment fee. Just get in. Number two, get social. What does that mean? Get social is exactly what we're doing right now. And what I love about this is we got people that's told us today they're doing back-to-back socials tonight. Tomorrow night, what I ask you to do is get some people around you. Play one of the key videos that we have. We're going to be here again in about 1 hour, doing the exact same thing we're doing, but get social. Part of that getting social is start posting on Facebook, taking one of the social commercials, taking one of the social graphics, sending the emails out through the outreach management system, and watch what starts happening to your network. Ultimate objective is get your first trio. You get your first trio, you're already engaged in the economic shift that we have made in commerce today. $20 a month each month by being a part of Solavei. Number three is get free, and that's keep doing that. And what ends up happening is those that you keep sharing with end up teaching themselves based on what you just taught them. And 3 trios means you got free mobile service, and I love the thousands of people across the country that have free mobile service today, and thousands that have so much more because they one day said yes by enrolling with Solavei. Well, we had something really exciting come up last weekend. We had the Solavei Revolution Regional, the first one of 4 in Dallas, Texas. Packed house, incredible guests, being able to recognize our members, and more importantly, be able to focus in on all the things that's coming with Solavei. And I always like to say these are the moments where you can actually get the snapshots of how you right now at the beginning of something so incredibly powerful, no different, I believe, than a Facebook. The difference here than a Facebook and Twitter is you don't get rewarded from those. Facebook's never written me a check. Twitter has never written me a check. LinkedIn has never written me a check. But the opportunity to be a social engine for what we're doing is the opportunity for you to be able to see the economic benefit from Solavei. And at the Solavei Revolution Regionals, we're going through so much in great detail, so many things that we're going to be sharing with all of our members at the next one, which is the Solavei Revolution Regional in Orlando, which is April 26th and 27th. Tom, I know that that you were there this past weekend. Do you recommend people attend Orlando?
Oh, absolutely.
You said, I think you said the words where you were jacked up.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's what's going to happen in Orlando, Florida on April 26, 27. I encourage you to get registered for that so you can be there. We're having a great time. But bottom line is what we're doing. This hadn't been done before. The patents, the IP we've wrapped around this, more importantly, this has all happened through people. We've never had print advertising. We've not had a radio spot. We've not had a television commercial, and yet over 140,000 people across this country in just 6 months, growing every single day. This is something that is truly big in each one of our lives. What I love is this actual slide I've had for gosh, since the very beginning, and this really actually gives you a depiction of what I saw day one, where this would spread like wildfire, and what was at one time just theory and belief. It's turned into becoming a reality. We're seeing Solavei members impacted across the United States today. And I'm looking so forward to next Tuesday night. We'll do this again, 4:30 and 6:30 p.m. Pacific. We've had a flood of people saying, can you please go back to every single night? And I said, are you trying to wear me out? We've been literally been deluged by people saying, please go back to a nightly as well as doing twice on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Because so many are wanting to be able to use these as an opportunity. Well, next week it's Tuesday and Thursday, 4:30 and 6:30 p.m. Pacific. But let's go right now to some of the tweets that's happened over the course of the last 30 minutes, and ultimately going to hand out and send out two of these new shirts that we have. Get in, get social, get free. Derek said, and I'll announce the winners here at the very end. Let me give you some of the ones that came in. Derek Jones said, I am saving $160 a month because my 2 mobile phones are free. Barb says, I'm saving over $100 a month by switching to Solavei for only $49 a month. Laura says, we save $320 a month after switching 4 phones to Solavei mobile service. Boom! We have Ryan, who says, we now save $100 a month because we switched to Solavei and have more time together as a family because the extra. I could just go on and on. There's so many of these. Thank you guys for bringing these over to me. 2 winners tonight of our shirts. Get in, get social, get free shirts. Connie Houlihan, who said, I'm now saving $140 on my cell phone bill each month. That's number 1. Take your choice, whether you want a white or black one, your choose. The second one is Jesus Garcia. It's either Jesus or it's Jesus Garcia. I'm saving $80 a month. $80 a month by switching to Solavei. That's $980 a year. It is a huge blessing. And I want to tell you both congratulations. And for all of you tonight, thank you for being a part of this. Tom, Johnny, Darlene, all of you that are there in New Orleans, Carlos, Patrick, Chris, Adrian, all of you that are there. So many of you there watching for the very first time. I look forward to meeting you personally in the future, being able to call you Solavei members, and then all of you, the thousands of you across the United States that are watching tonight, thank you so much. I look forward to being with you in the future and seeing you right back here in one of the Solavei socials and having your voice spreading Solavei throughout this country. God bless and have a great night. Thanks again, all of you.